hobbled in there and hobbled our ass home.
Who the hell is the NC Breakers?
I don't know what that is.
That's preseason basketball. NC Breakers.
What's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing out there? It's your boy, Colin Park Sean. All up in the place to be. Welcome back to the Soundproof Hunger Room. We're going to give you everything we got. And if we don't say it, it ain't hot. That was lame. I ain't like that. I was just trying something.
Yeah, you don't try it no more.
I tried something. But either way,
Don't try that.
we appreciate y'all coming back up in here, hanging out with us. If you ain't here, hopefully you find it and get to hanging with us real soon, because we're going to get this thing rolling. And we're going to get on these conversations. 18th, how you been, brother?
Na 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 na. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what that is.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Let's go, man.
yeah, you on something else?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We got a lot to talk about, actually. A whole lot to talk about.
What you got, brother?
It's been a lot of craziness going on around here, and a lot of stuff that is happening at the same time. That's putting a lot of other stuff in motion.
Okay.
You feel me? So I want to kind of get on to that. But let's go on and start with what y'all know I like to do. Something like this. We're going to get on some of this news. I'm going to start off with some good news first. Uncle Nearest is a black-owned whiskey brand that was started in Tennessee by slaves. The recipe that you all know as Jack Daniels was stolen from a slave and used, and that's how Jack Daniels got popular. This brand eventually, some of his ancestors got the recipe back. They started up their brand called Uncle Nearest. Uncle Nearest surpassed 1 billion valuation, fastest growing U.S. brand in history. So congratulations to them folk, man.
Yeah, she did her thing.
Congratulations.
She did her thing.
I got a few people that's gone up to the distillery and they said it's beautiful. You got to go up there.
Yeah, we need to
hang
go
out,
up there.
check it out. So that's something I want to get up there, because I know. And the funny part with when it dropped, one of the local stores that I go to, they would sell it cheaper because it was black owned.
No more.
Not no more. But when they first came out, he was selling it cheaper, and I used to get it just because it was black owned, and it's pretty potent. I'm just gonna say that, pretty potent. So yeah, Uncle Nearest, man, congratulations to them. Moving on, we got. I don't know where I want to go with it. Let's go with WNBA. WNBA, Caitlin Clark got Rookie of the Year. Congratulations to her. And I'm okay with saying that for a lot of reasons.
Oh, yeah, bro.
My reasons is, I think a lot of the stuff that's happened with her and surrounding her has not been her. It's been everybody else, the media, the league, the fans. A lot of people have put a lot of stuff on her back. And throughout all of this stuff, she's always been the one to just kind of maintain what she felt like was important, and that was pretty much her wanting to play the sport and her being important to her teammate and trying to win. So all that other stuff that was coming into play wasn't necessarily her. So I always commended her for the way that she always carried herself through that stuff. And even before she was awarded Rookie of the Year, she had wrote personal letters to all of her teammates just saying thank you for, supporting her throughout the year, and them just being, comrades and things of that nature. And that was done before she got Rookie of the Year. So to me, that just says a lot about who she is and her character. So that's why I'm all right with her. I'm all right with her. So what you got on that?
She was going to win before she even dribbled the ball. Like, come on, man. It was really surprising she won. I think it should have been a Rookie of the Year. Just me personally, I think Miss Reese did a great job. She
Definitely.
broke records. They didn't see it like that. She went further. It take me back to Carmelo. I think Carmelo should
And
have won,
LeBron. Yeah.
and they gave it to LeBron, and he didn't even make the playoffs, and Carmelo did. So sometimes you know who gonna win before they even hit the court, long as they do something on the court. I just think it should have been a rookie of the year. That's how I look at that one. Even remember Big Dog, he should have won, but
Grant
they gave
Robinson.
it to they gave it to Jason Kidd and Grant Hill.
Grant Hill.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: if Caitlin Clark, say they came out in different years, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, do you think Angel Reese would have got it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think if she'd have came out last year, did the same remarkable job she did, she would have got it. I think you can't sleep on what either one of them did.
Definitely not.
So with that being said, I mean, hey, it's marketing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
That's going on, and one made the playoffs, one didn't. The one didn't. You stopped talking about her. Once her playoff run was over, it never began. So with that being said, congratulations to Caitlin Clark. Congratulations to the Fever for making it that far. You know, to the first round. I guess they ain't been there in a minute.
Yeah, they was like last in the league.
Yeah, so to go from last to the playoffs, that is an MVP. You know, I watched the Liberty jump on the Aces, so it won't be a three-peat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wrap that up.
Yeah, that's over with. Tigers won today. We won it one in our second round of the playoff. Oh, my bad. I forgot y'all done with. Okay.
If you notice, I took the baseball scores off because I'm just gonna be honest. We usually had I took them off. I mean, I expected it.
I mean, y'all had a hurt season.
We was hurt all
yeah,
season.
Yeah.
We limped in and limped right back out. So
we limped in.
Congratulations to y'all and the Mets. I'm just
for sure.
being real. So congratulations to y'all.
But other than that, that's all I got.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're gonna push over to a little bit of politics. Just yesterday or today, California Governor Newsom
Hater.
signed a bill.
Talk about Brian.
Who? Oh, what? He
Hater.
said, he signed a bill that barred the local government from enforcing laws that make people have IDs. So basically, in the local elections in California, they no longer have to have IDs. As long as they are citizens, they can go vote. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, until felons can vote again, man, it's all nonsense to me. You know what I'm saying? And now that you're saying people don't even need ID to vote, like, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? But I do think we need to look at this felons being able to vote thing. You know, if I'm a felon for a nonviolent crime, because it's some things I think that, you know, if you lose all your rights, you lose all your rights. I don't think selling weed per se is a reason to take my voting rights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care how many pounds I got. That ain't got nothing to do with the election.
Right. I'm probably helping one of them.
Come on now. You know they're a little old up in that office. So
Yeah.
I mean, I think we need to start looking into some of these laws that's so permanent and change that while we, you know, giving anybody the chance to vote. You know, it just is what it is with me. That.
I find it amazing or funny even that every time we have a new general election going on, they start changing the laws on just voting in general.
Absolutely.
You know, they started changing the sections,
Yeah.
the districts last presidential race. Now, even here in Georgia, last month, they stated that they're going to do hand counts.
Yeah,
So
that's going to be the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways that could go wrong.
Absolutely.
You know, that after the machine's counted up, then they're going to go back and do a hand count. And like you said, to me, it's funny how when these elections come up, it's some new stuff every time. Y'all changing something.
Oh yeah, we got to make it to where who we need to win gonna win, or at least make it controversial.
Something, yeah. And that's why I try to tell people, you know, you got a lot of people. Nah, I don't vote. They don't do nothing. If it wasn't that important, they wouldn't be making all these moves all the time.
I mean, it makes a difference. It continues to lie, the land of the free, home of the brave.
Right.
You know, so they have to let us, keep doing that if nothing else.
Yep. Yeah, and that no ID thing, that's a slippery slope. That's a real slippery slope. And he been doing a lot of progressive stuff out there, but a lot of it been backfiring too. So this one here, I would have to say I'm not with this one with the no ID.
Yeah, I mean, they run it. I guess they do put your ID in a machine to make sure it's real.
Right.
I guess so.
Because at the end of the day, if I can see if I'm living somewhere, but if I don't have like, and I look at it like, if I'm a citizen of this city, I got to have some form of ID to have my bills, to have whatever I'm paying. How am I doing this without an ID?
Just me personally, I think the ID for the election is the separatism of color.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And gender as well. Things like that. Like, because when you go get a license, you have to put that stuff down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when they put your license in that machine to make sure it's valid, you don't know what happens to your vote. But I'm still going to vote.
Right.
But, it could be like, okay, take out this many of this at this moment. Same thing with, women, men, like anything. So I think it's all based on that. I don't think they really care about who actually goes to them.
They just want the numbers.
Yeah, they want the numbers so they can say, okay, black people didn't vote, and because they can prove that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and with this last election, this many African Americans didn't vote that was actually eligible to vote. Or same with women and things like that. Like, so I don't think it's actually for, a thing of we making sure whoever voting. It's a thing that we can break this down to where we need to manipulate the most.
So okay, so you kind of saying like it's a colorblind or just a blind vote basically.
Yeah.
To get the numbers in.
Yeah, they can care less about your name
in the categories.
You
Okay,
know what I'm saying? They don't care less about your
I can see
name.
what you're saying with that because they do. A lot of times they are able to break it down, and that's how they were able to start changing those districts.
Absolutely.
To where it was majority blacks here, majority white. Okay, I get what you're saying. All right, moving on. Last week, or was it last week? Yeah, last week we had a major hurricane come up the East Coast. Helene ran through pretty much Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, and Tennessee, and displaced a lot of people. A lot of people died from that hurricane. And the government, I hate to say it now, is using a lot of this catastrophe to be a political,
absolutely,
standing point, and they're using it, and you're playing with people's lives. Just some of the numbers I saw that the Republicans were talking about how there wasn't enough, that it wasn't response fast enough, and things of this nature, and enough money wasn't going to it. What happened was before they knew it was coming, Biden had sent, he sent $2 million before it happened. And down there just before $20 million. It was $20 million before it hit. And then once everything hit, he asked for $1.6 billion. And now Congress basically said we're not going to do it until after we meet again, which is after the election.
This is America.
I mean,
this is America.
These people
this is the prime example
exactly
of this is America.
There you go.
This is the difference between rich and poor. That's exactly what this is a prime example. This is America. How much they send to Ukraine?
It's in the double-digit billions by now.
But when it happened on your own land,
you don't want to do nothing.
And that's just government, period. Republican, Democrat.
Yeah, both.
That's just Democrat. I mean, Congress, whatever, Senate, White House, period. Government.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty pathetic.
That's crazy.
It's pretty pathetic.
And it's America, though.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said that because earlier, if you're friends with me on Facebook, I posted a clip of Nina Simone, one of my favorite people in the world, and she was talking about how the only person she felt that was speaking up for Black Americans was Malcolm X, and she hated that he was passed away. And she really called out us. She literally said, I blame Black people because we'll go out and support somebody, and we're willing to die for something, but we're not willing to kill for it. And she said, that's one of the reasons why I'm not here in America, because I don't feel safe. She said, nobody looks out for us. And I know she moved when she was mid-career, and she went and stayed in France, I believe. And to me, it resounded. And this is one of those examples to where you can see the government doesn't look out. And this is not even a racial thing. This is just humanity. So for me, this stuff runs in circles and in cycles. I see your head spinning over there. So, yeah, that's how I feel. Like you said, this is America. And I just thought it was weird. Another situation. Did you want to speak on that?
Absolutely, I want to
Go
speak
ahead,
on
man.
that. I ain't never seen Nina Simone with a gun in her hand.
No, hold on now.
I'm just saying, I mean, when you make statements like that, but your hands are clean. You made a couple songs, couple speeches. Hold on, and I ain't knocking. I know that's your people.
I'm gonna let you get it out.
But when I hear things like that, you're not willing to kill about it. So then you packed your bags and left. So who was you looking to be this killer? Because you had a chance to, go frontline with the Panthers. You had frontline to stand with Malcolm X. You had frontline to stand with Martin Luther King. You had options. Fele-bu Kwanzaa. That's what she do now. I'm just saying, dog. Like when I hear statements like that from people that say, "Oh, I ain't feel safe, so I left." Oh, so you didn't want to fight. You wanted somebody to fight the battle for you, and then you just roll. I'm just saying.
Well, she was very active and
with words. She was very active.
No,
verbally.
she was at a lot of
still verbal when you picking up a gun.
Well, I don't know about her picking up a gun,
That's what
but
I'm
she
saying,
was there at a lot of. She was there with a lot of the civil rights.
When you talk killing,
whenever they was raising money and stuff like that, and all of that. Yeah.
Was she funding anybody? We don't know.
We don't know that.
You know what I'm saying?
Now,
if you can't show me that, you just what I call yapping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm an action man, dog. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear these things, man, and I ain't knocking Nina Simone, so please on nobody, because I'm gonna kill you with that, for real.
Right.
But I mean, I know a lot of people that's died by a lot of things wouldn't kill for nothing.
True.
So I mean, when it come to being here, man, it's kind of like when somebody comes to Georgia and speak on Georgia, Atlanta. That's what but they ain't been here nothing but 10 minutes.
Right.
Oh man, this, that, and the other. This, that, and the other. And then be like, damn, you ain't even been here long enough to have that kind of opinion. You know what I'm saying? Or like when people talk about where I'm from, and they let the news paint a picture for it. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be like, dang, like you ain't even there.
Right.
You never walked that concrete to
be able to talk from,
like it just
from where we
to
stand.
talk from a distance, man. Like you throw a rock from a long place, it's far from here.
Yeah.
I can't say what you didn't do, but I know what I ain't never seen a picture of. You know what I'm saying?
So I got to go find a picture of Nina.
You gonna have to, because
with the Draco.
Hey man, Asada's got proof. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Asada, look.
I'm just saying,
Asada had to go through the mud, bullets. I'm talking about running from the cop.
But like I always tell you, though,
And how did America paint her?
I'm just
as
saying,
a villain,
and I'm okay with that, because she was willing to pick up some steel, for what she believed.
See, that's different though. She was just a regular activist. Nina came up as an entertainer.
Maybe you should entertain.
Well, she did, and then she took to act.
Leave it alone.
See,
I'm just saying, man.
I feel what you're saying, but I think when you get to a certain level, it's only as close. That's like us. If some break out right now, and they got a some kind of protest going on. At our age, kids, family stuff, you gotta look after. Do you think we're gonna be the first ones to run out there, Or we gonna be the ones like you said, oh y'all need this? All right, boom, take this. Let me send this down there. You know, sometimes younger folks, more energy that don't have
That's true.
responsibilities, have to get out there first. You know what I'm saying? And people like us can fund it or try to do things that, you know, a lot of celebrities and stuff were bailing them people out of jail doing Ferguson and all the Black Lives Matter protests. But it was the young folks out there, the college students, the Israel stuff going on now. It's college. It's mostly college students that's out there that's doing it. So I think if you're at a certain level, you can't just be throwing yourself on the front line like that.
Harry Belafonte gave it all up.
He did.
He could have just went ahead and, you know what I'm saying? Day-o. He could have day-o'd all the way till his last day.
You got some outliers.
I'm just saying.
I hear you got some outliers. But
like, okay, that was a nice speech he made, man. Okay, let's move on, because I ain't about to do that. Let's go.
All right. Still speaking on the hurricanes, and this one is going to spill into our other topic. There was a Tennessee plastic plant that 11 people came up missing. The issue with this situation was these workers went to work and the job did not notify them or did not tell them. And I think it's some negligence too. When you wake up in the morning and you just go to work, you still got to do your due diligence and know what's going on around you. But when they got to work, the job didn't tell them anything about the tornado. I mean, the hurricane warnings, this, and that. And when people looked outside and saw that their cars were flooded in the parking lot, they were trying to leave. And the job literally told them, y'all can't leave. Y'all got to keep working. So it got hit, and 11 people came up missing. 2 of them died. 4 of them are still missing, and 5 are rescued. So the families of those people are going after that plant.
They should.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They should.
And I think that just kind of goes into, at some point, you gotta stand up for yourself.
I tell people, you know, when it's thundering and storming outside and they got to go out there and do what they got to do at the place we work at. I mean, make a choice for yourself. If you don't feel safe, then just pull off, man. They can't. Ain't nothing they can say to you about not feeling safe.
Right.
You know, because the whole thing is, I want you to go home the way you came. Then you can't give me an issue when I say I don't feel safe.
I don't feel comfortable. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, I hope they win in that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I hope they win in that. You know, they won't bring their loved ones back. I just hope it helps mend their hearts.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Okay, moving on to the next thing. As we're talking about workers, if y'all heard, I'm sure y'all did, because a lot of y'all idiots is out there buying up the toilet tissue like some idiots. I'm gonna say that, like some idiots.
Name calling, bro.
I'm just saying, know what you're doing. Okay, don't live in fear. Anyway, some ports shut down on the East Coast because the workers went to strike. Strike lasted for 3 days. It was estimated that for those 3 days, the U.S. lost out on $5 billion per day. They came to an agreement. Why? They had a union. Let me get my camera. They had a union. They had a union. Okay? They have a 62% raise. 62%. That's not a flash in the pan, people. They got a 62% raise for the next 5 years because of their union. Let me break it down to numbers for you. They was making $39 an hour. That's going to shoot up to $63. $63 an hour. If you know port work, you better go holler at them, okay, because they finna get that money. Okay, and you know why? Because they got a union. Huh? They got a union. So anybody out there that's working somewhere where a union is trying to be in place, take a look at it. If you don't know, you got to try something. If you ain't happy, you got to try something different. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. Do it for the people behind you. But give it a try. That's all I got.
I'm not gonna let you sit here and bash people for going to get toilet paper.
Well, the toilet paper don't come from the ports.
I get that, but
And I'm done.
When it's a threat of maybe an inch of snow, y'all shut down.
Now, I'm not gonna let you talk about my city.
I let you talk. Let me talk. Y'all shut down a whole state for maybe an inch, and all the grocery stores are empty. So let them people go out there and stock up on their TP if they need it.
That's why I don't like you right here.
I'm just saying.
That's why I don't like you.
I ain't gonna let you do that. No, I'm extremely happy for them people out there that work that port to get what they feel they rightfully deserve. It did help that they have a union to get it. I was surprised. Biden let him finish it out, so he had to have some kind of notice that it was gonna end soon. Because usually, when the things affect the country like that, presidents step in and make them go back to work. I remember the strike of '96, I think it was, with the airline pilots, and Clinton made all of them go back to work. '98, I think it was, but he made them go back to work because it affected the country. Yeah. So I'm glad they was able to work that out. I mean, you just got extra toilet paper, man. You can't.
I ain't getting none.
Who don't need extra toilet paper?
Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, it's a temporary deal, Ja. It's just until they work out the other half. They got the money right, and now they got to work out all the benefits and things like that. But so like I said, salute to them. I'm glad they understood the power of unity and having a voice in the company, and they got what they was looking for. Shout out to them.
Yes, indeed. Oh, and while you was talking about Biden, he sided with the union, and
Absolutely.
he pretty much said, "Look, y'all need to pay these folks because you got to look at it." And I think a lot of people miss these points. After COVID, yes, everybody was down, but all the prices went up for these companies to recoup everything they lost, and they made record profits.
Yeah, they got their money back.
They didn't pass it on to the people, and so that's literally what Biden was talking about. With him standing with them, so
Harold can buy another bill. Hey, let that man get his bank.
So shout outs to the port workers, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad they got what they wanted, man.
Yes, indeed. Let's get into some cultural shenanigans.
What you got?
Nelly is getting sued by the St. Lunatics. Supposedly they helped write.
Pop culture. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
yeah.
I see what you did.
Yeah,
I see what you did.
Yeah, go ahead.
I see what
culture.
you did.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, pop culture. Allegedly, the album Country Grammar, which is Diamond, which is one of the highest selling things you can do, they helped write, I think it was like 6 songs on there.
Yeah.
He didn't give them any credit on any of them. And a lot of people are coming out and they talking about, well, how did they go this long and they didn't know it, and this, and that. A lot of stuff that goes into play, but it's out there now that they didn't get credit for anything on that album. What's your thoughts on that?
That's their fault. I mean, Nelly should have did right by him, but you let friendship get in the way of business, and that kind of stuff happens. If you're a person about your business and about your money, I think in that situation, you make sure you getting the credit, because you can open a pen. Back then, we were still buying CDs, so you can open up the booklet yourself and see that your name's not on there. It just shouldn't have took this long. So, I blame, if Nelly didn't pay him, that's on him, and if they didn't look, that's on them. Like I remember the days open up a CD and looking to see who name was in it.
That's the first thing
you know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at the samples.
Right. So at that point, if it took you this long to find that out, that's on you. Now, if you found that out and you didn't get a lawyer, you tried to handle it off the record, it didn't work, then y'all doing what y'all need to do. But
I think one of them did, Ali, I believe.
Yeah, he's standing on business. He ain't even messing with him at all.
He was been talking about that for the longest.
Yeah, because he probably did the most.
Yeah, he said he wrote for almost all them songs.
Yeah, so.
And so also
go ahead.
I think too that when you get in those positions, and I try to make it relative. So say if you're the guy, if you're the name, and I put in work, and you bringing a whole team behind us, and I'm part of the team, and I'm like, all right, we riding, we doing our thing, blah blah. Everybody shining to a certain extent, and then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna get something for this song or that song. You say, oh, I got you. Don't worry about it. Just sit back and chill. I got you. And time go on. And then they always kind of waiting for stuff. I feel like sometimes when you coming into those type of situations, people will always look up to think that this person will do right by them. But legally, if your stuff ain't in order and if your name ain't where it need to be, they don't have to give you anything.
I mean, we watched one of the greatest groups of all time make 2 albums, album and a half, because Cube started reading the contract and realized he wouldn't get his due, so he walked away from it. At some point, you got to put the business ahead of your friendship.
Yeah, I agree.
And make sure that's right first, because that's gonna ruin a friendship at the end of it. I rather a friendship end over good business than had a good business. I mean, it had a friendship than it had bad business. I just that ain't cool for me.
Right.
So I mean, like I said, if Nelly didn't pay them and he knew what was going on, that's on him, and it's on them for not doing their homework on their own business.
Yeah, I agree with that. Another piece of business. Kim Porter, quote unquote, had a memoir that was released on Amazon, but it was written by some other guy.
So it don't even.
So there we go. So it was the #1 seller on Amazon, and so when it came out, it dropped. And if you don't know who Kim Porter was, that was one of Puffy's exes, baby moms, wasn't it?
Yeah,
baby mom that passed away years ago, and there's a whole bunch of speculation of how she died. And people allege that Puffy had something to do with it. So she had a memoir. It wasn't hers. It was somebody outside of the family that supposedly had this collection of voicemails and messages and all this stuff and put together a memoir. The family even said that they didn't stand behind this guy. So this is somebody that came out that maybe knew her or a friend or something that made money off of her name while she's resting.
I mean, that book probably was made waiting for the moment to drop it where it got some money. That was a money grab.
Right.
I mean, it
so
happens.
Amazon pulled it, and the family was coming about. Literally, it wasn't authentic. So, keep up with what you're doing out there, people. Keep up with what you're doing. Moving on. This question here is something that my little brain be thinking sometimes, and it be off the wall, but it's stuff that I be wanting to talk about. This one has to do with rich folk. And I saw a podcast where these guys were talking about how the rich should be taxed more, and I mean a lot more, than anybody else. And the points they were making were saying that the economy they said they used to do this back in the 60s, 50s, and 60s. And they said the American economy was way better then because they taxed the richest people. So it's more so like if you made a certain amount, you had to pay this exorbitant amount of taxes. But if you stayed under this little bracket, then you was good. My thought process is in today's world and the way we look at literally monopolies now with Amazon, EA with 2K, where they get certain licenses and nobody else, they don't have any competition. Should there be a cap to stop these people from making a certain type of money to where they can continue to monopolize in whatever respective space that they're in?
Can you really stop somebody from making money? Like, let's take Amazon, for instance. Mm-hmm. People shop on Amazon every minute of the day. I mean, what you get to a certain amount of money and say, what, we're going to shut Amazon down? Like, what, like, to put a cap on how much somebody money can make is, that's not even real. Mm. The taxes they pay, rich people have always got the breaks. Like, that's just the American way.
Again.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Is it going to change? Probably not. Probably. I don't think no president is going to be able to get in there and say, you guys going to get taxed more, and it's going to hold for a long time. You know what I'm saying? It might hold for a couple of years. Next thing you know, It's whoever, if it was Republican that did it, the next president gonna be a Democrat.
Right.
It's the same thing with that. So I mean, should they pay more? Sure. But what's the trade off for it? Because if you telling somebody they gotta pay more, you gonna give them something.
What would you give up? Because my thought process is you're making that much more, so why not be able to put back more?
Power over people is more value than money. So if you gonna tell me I gotta pay more, what are you giving me? Either I'm be able to put somebody out of business and take over that too, so I can make more money to pay these taxes, and that's gonna give me more. So the taxes I'm paying, it don't even matter because I'm making that much more. Like imagine if the owner of Walmart was able to take over Target, the owner of Target or Home Depot. You know what I'm saying? Because I agree with you to say I'll pay more, but my trade off is they got to be out of business. So then I put another Walmart where the Target's at.
Okay.
Like it's gonna be something you give them.
So say that happened. Would you then put in place to where, okay, everybody coming in the door gonna be starting off at $30 an hour with a great health plan? Pass on that money. Now you're monopolizing. So now pass on that money to the people that's making you this rich. Would you agree with that?
If everybody made enough money to survive, the country would crumble.
Explain.
Because nobody would need nobody for anything. It's imagine like they everybody said we should what's the dude name? Bezos should give everybody $1 million.
Mm-hmm. Which his ex-wife is giving that money up.
But now who needs who now? Because if I got $1 million, I got to spend it or I got to try to make it work for me. But nobody's gonna go to work anymore. So that shuts that down. If you got $1 million, who you working for? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's a level for everything for everybody, and it's the way America runs.
So would that
in my opinion.
No, I like that thought process, and I want to dig deeper. So in that process, would we make these jobs that much harder to get into? That will create a class that will still continue to, because you're gonna have some people that just ain't gonna make the cut. You got people.
That's what me guys like me and you come in to pay. We play for that. It's called welfare.
Right. So, but those type of people, at some point, will have to get some kind of work. You don't think? If say the middle class if the entire middle class become upper middle class, all the people that we see that, I'll just say lower class. I don't want to put specific jobs out there.
Right.
If they start making their jobs a lot more harder to attain, do you think that there would be like that money step up? Like for most people that come out of school and go right into a job, they don't require a lot from them people. So if they start paying more, the requirement for that job would go up higher. Do you think that would still help from a class state to where like I said, now the middle class, like that could be considered middle class at that point, and it's going to bump us up to a higher middle class.
So you saying everybody help everybody?
That's
in a way
my thought process.
So that's kind of like our problem now, in my opinion, because me and you pay for a lot of people who just don't want to go to work.
True.
And as long as they fill out this paperwork to say they're trying to get a job, we have to pay for that. So imagine you doing whatever you got to do for yourself and your family. So you end up at $150,000. But some of your money got to be kicked back to somebody who don't even want to go make $30,000. Where is it fair at? Because it's not just gonna be the middle class that pay for that, or the richest people. We definitely gonna have to take a hit for that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So at that point, where does it end? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been the one for just not helping somebody, but I do feel a certain kind of way when somebody can get a stub, a green card,
a free ride
for food and things like that, and I go to work 6 days, sometimes 7 days a week. You You know what I'm saying? I do feel a certain kind of way. I do feel like I should be able to go in the store and grab their card, but like, yo, put these, or just say, yo, throw these steaks on your card.
Yeah.
I'm paying for that.
Yeah, true.
I think city workers, I think teachers, people that's given like that, I think they should automatically start at 100,000.
Definitely.
Absolutely. That's how I look at it.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because what they doing is something that you have to want to actually do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we should start, like, money wise. I just always felt like that. A teacher and a police officer, I think they should make 100,000 just off the top.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Should it be hard to be a cop, a teacher? Yeah, because your numbers should prove your worth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But if you prove it, give them the money.
Yeah,
maybe they do a better job.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But as far as, like, you know, the root question of this, man, they all in bed together, man. They ain't about to make the people pay no money, man.
Because what this is, this America.
It's America, man.
It's America. It's a capitalist.
I just look at it like that. Like, I mean, man, this is where we live at, and this how it's gonna be. You either gonna figure out your way in it, or you're not.
Or you're not.
Should we be helping each other? Yeah. Can you afford to help somebody else? Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. All right. That's about all I got, brother.
Yeah, I got a question.
Okay.
I was sitting there at the crib, right? You know how my mind works when I'm alone. So I was thinking, like, what if you met this girl, right? Y'all hit it off, whatever. And I know everybody like, yo, where is he going with this? And this guy I'm about to throw off the whole vibe of the show. People probably get up out of here, but it is what it is. And y'all hit it off, and then y'all get to the sex thing, and she pull her pants down, and she got this afro, right? And that's just your girl at this point. Like, y'all waited to have sex for some reason. At what point do you ask her, like, yo, would you shave that?
I would say immediately.
But
I think because you say y'all together now, because ain't been no touching or nothing like that. It's just y'all just fell in love, and it's just all right,
yeah,
we good.
Yeah,
and now, I get the scenario.
Right.
We got to be grown at this point.
Right.
We got to be grown to talk about what you want. Because if you don't, closed mouth don't get fed. And that's happened to me before. Not the whole love thing and all that, but I was messing with somebody and she didn't. And it took a while. It was a while before I said anything because I was enjoying what was going on.
Right.
But eventually I was like, hey, you ever thought about getting that shade down a little bit? And she was like, oh, that's what you like? I was like, it'd be different.
What did she say? No. This me. You know, Sheba. You know what I'm saying? It's me.
That's gonna be hard. Then it really come down to how important is it? Because if the box is trash, then you're gonna be like, all right, whatever. But if it's on point,
no. Usually when they got that,
if it's on point,
they got that afro, that box fire.
It's on point. You gonna deal with that body. You gonna deal with that bushy bush.
Must is must though. But anyway, back. Okay, I just had that quick little thought. Back to what I really want to talk about.
Okay.
We got 30 days to go to the election. Everybody do me a favor and make sure you're eligible to vote. A lot of us sitting home thinking that we good to go. You're going to go to the poll, run into that problem. It don't take nothing but a second to log on to one of these voter registration sites to find out if you're eligible to vote or if you registered to vote. I don't want nobody to miss the opportunity. This is
today is the deadline.
I think it is, ain't it? Yeah. So if if you miss it, hey, just show up to the poll anyway. Yeah. They might let you go in there and be like, oh, I don't care, go on and run that in there. They ain't gonna count half of them out. But anyway, to the people out, this will probably be a short show. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
To the people out there that live in Rockdale County in Georgia, hold your head up. I got my homeboy. He's still suffering. He got asthma real bad. He's still suffering from that.
From the chemical plant.
Yeah, from the chemical plant. So, I hope things are definitely turning around for you guys out there. To anybody out there who got a hurt heart right now, it's going to get better. Believe that. You know what I'm saying? And just keep fighting. To my brothers that's, fighting these battles that they don't even want to talk about. Keep fighting, bro.
That's a
and don't give up on it. It'll turn around for you. My sisters, same to you. I ain't got nothing else.
I got something happen to me today.
What you got?
I have to protect myself from myself out in these streets.
What you done did?
I went to the grocery store today, and wasn't a lot of people there. I make sure I go early in the morning where there ain't a lot of people there. So as I'm pulling up, there's a guy next to me loading up his car with all his groceries. So as I park, he pulls around and puts his buggy right in between the spots. He's 2 steps away from the slot where the buggy goes.
Yeah.
I look him in the face, grab the buggy. I said, I got it, dog. And walked off with the buggy. He was a nerdy looking guy, so I know he wasn't going to do nothing, but.
Left you out there leaking, you know what? Something I mind your business.
Just some stuff.
If you going to move it, just move it. You ain't got to say nothing to that man.
It just be bothering me, man. And that's why I said I have to protect myself from myself sometimes. Yeah. And so, that was just something that happened to me today. And it was just like, this is why I be staying in the house.
I mean,
little stuff like
just, you know,
I just be like, and then you be the same person complaining that it's trash in the parking lot. I get
it, but you know, use your actions, not your words. You could have just moved that and went on about your business.
And he'll be out there doing it tomorrow.
You would have told me, I got it, dog. I'd have been like, okay, cool, and went on about my day. Like, I ain't asked you to do that. You on your own. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch yourself out there, dog. People ain't playing with you.
You're right. And that's why I said I gotta protect. Yeah, and if it was a young boy, I wouldn't have said nothing. I know the young folk crazy.
I mean, old people crazy too.
Well, we gonna try our crazy together. But I ain't trying my crazy with no young folk.
Man, mind your business, man. For real. Mind your business.
Oh man. But man, we appreciate y'all following up in here with us. We will be changing times again.
Oh yeah. This is probably our last live show.
Yeah. And if it is live, we'll put this bat signal out. If you follow us, this is the opportunity now. Go to YouTube under Soundproof Hunger Room. Hit the notification bell. That way you can see every time we post something. If you're not a part of the group on Facebook under Soundproof Hunger Room, please send a request. I post a lot of stuff under my name, under Deshaun Moore, that has to do with the group. And the group is one of the best things moving right now. We got so many people that put in entertaining posts, conversation starters, a lot of stuff we don't talk about on the show. Some stuff we bring up just because it does so well within the group. And everybody's respectful in the group, and that's the beauty of it, where we get to post wherever we want to, adult conversations, comedy, any kind of situation. So go on the Facebook group under Soundproof Hunger Room, send an invite. We get you in there, answer the questions. So just keep in touch with us. We're going to keep in touch with y'all. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We still having a good time. We coming up on 5 years, y'all. 5 years. And we still enjoying it. So we're going to keep doing what we do. We probably going to start hearing y'all with some different angles, different situations, different, themes or whatever. But we still having fun, and we hope y'all stick with us while we continue to grow. I ain't got nothing else, bruh.
Yeah, let's go, though.
It's Monday night. It's time to get up out of here.
Yeah.
And be safe out there, y'all. Hold it in the road.
Please be.
We gonna holler at y'all. Be out.